What's up guys, my name is Ivan Baldovinos, and on this channel I provide tips, tricks, advice, and strategies for your graduate school applications. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. In this video, I am going to share with you some of the tips and strategies for choosing a PhD program or really any graduate school program. So the first thing that I want you to do, and that I did when I received my offers and denials, is I created an admitted student spreadsheet on Excel. And so what this looks like is really just an Excel spreadsheet of all the programs that I was accepted into and different categories within each program. So I wanted to know where it was located, what was my funding like, what type of research centers were available to me, what other resources were available to me, who are the faculty that I want to work with, and what are the research interests, and if the ones that align with mine. And so this spreadsheet really helped me look at all these programs on one piece of paper, and it allowed me to compare and contrast easier with this spreadsheet. So I suggest that you create a spreadsheet with all your acceptances and with all of the features that you are seeking in a program and the faculty that you want to work with. That way you're able to see the pros and cons in one piece of paper, and you're able to compare and contrast like I mentioned earlier. The next thing that I want you to do is attend all of the admitted students' weekends. I know that right now it's probably going to be a virtual visit, but I want you to attend as many as possible because it's going to give you a better glimpse of what it's going to be like to be in that program. And so at these admitted student weekends, what I want you to do is ask all your questions. Don't be afraid to ask your questions, especially when it comes to funding. And one of the things that I regret not asking is about health insurance. And so I had to learn about the health insurance after I accepted an offer. And so I don't want you to make the same mistake. So I want you to ask all your questions in the chat or or verbally or in small breakout rooms. That way you're able to get all your questions answered, and you are able to fully see what it's like to be in that program. Another perk about attending the admitted students weekend is that you get to meet some of the peers that might be in your cohort, and this could be a big this could also set the tone for what you're seeking. So one of the things that I did not do when I was accepted into PhD programs was I did not attend these admitted students weekends. I only attended one for the program that I ended up going into. And so I think it's a big perk for you to attend these because it's going to give you an idea of what it's like to work with your research mentor, or it's going to give you an idea of what the program is like because you're going to be meeting faculty and staff from across the department. It's going to give you an idea of what the students are going to look like and what they're going to be like and what are their personalities like, and if that's going to be able to help you grow academically and personally when you are in the program if you accept that offer. And so I want you to attend these admitted student weekends and ask all your questions, meet new faculty, meet staff, meet students, and get a sense of what it's really like in that program. That way you're able to choose the best program for you that meets your needs. The next thing that I want you to do is to connect with alumni and current students. These students are going to give you a full insight into what it's like to be a PhD student in that PhD program. So I want you to connect with these people, and you can find these people on their websites. They usually have, most websites and departments have a web page with their students and what they're researching and also their contact information. So I want you to go on that website and contact these students via email and set up a Zoom call or just ask your questions via the email and get that real glimpse of what it's like to be in that program. Most students are going to be willing to give you the full idea of what it's like to be in that program. They're going to give you the pros, the cons, what they wish they knew, and how you can best assess your acceptance to that program. Because I know for me, if someone reaches out to me for my program, I'm going to give them the full insight, what I like, what I dislike, what I wish I knew before I accepted, things like that. So I want you to go on these web pages and connect with these students and alumni. And if there are no web pages with their current students, you can also email admissions and see if they can connect you to an alumni or current student, and most likely they will. And reach out to these people. That way you're able to get a full idea of what it's like to be in that program and get the ins and outs of these programs. You want to know everything about the program because obviously these programs and these faculty want you to attend their school, so they're only going to tell you the good things about the program. So these current students and alumni are going to give you the full scoop of what it's like to actually be in the program and what are the pros and cons. So go on that website right now and figure out who you want to connect with as you make your decision. Another important thing to consider when you are selecting a program at an institution is the location. I know for me as a PhD student, I wanted to have a location that fit all of my needs, both personally and academic. I was seeking a location that was warm, and only because I've been living in a cold state for a very long time, and I was getting tired of being cold all the freaking time. And so I wanted to choose a school that was warm, but that also had the population of people that I want to work with. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I'm interested in rural education for Latino students, and I knew that San Diego was a perfect fit for me because it fit both the temperature goal that I had set and then also the population of people that I want to work with. It's on the border of Mexico and the United States, and so I'm able to research these people and help these communities out. And so I want you to think about that location because, you know, yes, the institution is important, but also what's around that institution that can help you advance in your career or build your skill sets. Are there internships outside of the school that you want to assume? Is there a certain population of people that you want to work with that are located close to that institution? And so I want you to think about, how is this location going to help me reach my goals? The next thing that I want you to consider is the funding. Usually the funding is the biggest piece in someone deciding if they're going to attend a program or not. Mostly as a PhD candidate, but as a master's student as well. And so I want you to look at that funding package and ask all your questions in Admitted Students Weekend, because there's a lot of things that they don't tell you right off the bat that are involved with your funding. For example, they don't tell you that how much taxes are going to be taken out of your paycheck when you are ATA, for example. They're not going to tell you how the insurance works, detail by detail. They're not going to tell you about hidden fees. For example, I found out that I had to pay a fee starting year 2, 3, 4, and 5, that they were only going to pay the fee for year 1. And so they told us that the part of the tuition was going to have to come out of our pockets in year 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that was about like $1,000 per year after year 1. And so we didn't know that until after we accepted our offer. So I want you to ask, you know, what are the hidden fees? What does my stipend cover? How much taxes do I have to pay, whether it's state and federal, whatever it is. Ask these questions right off the bat before you decide, because you don't want to be surprised after you accept and then you are in your first quarter and then they tell you that you have to pay this extra fee in quarter number 2 or 3 or semester number 2 or year number 2. So ask these questions right up front in your Admitted Students Weekend, or ask your faculty mentor all these questions if you are unsure of what to expect. Or you can also ask me in the comments down below and let me know if you have any further questions that you want me to either tackle in a video or in the comments section. Alright, so this concludes my video on how to select a PhD program or a graduate school program. I hope these tips really helped you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.